Joe Rogan is slamming the leftist fake news media for rewriting Kamala's record. The liberal media is working overtime to prop Kamala Harris up as the solution to all our problems. And Joe Rogan, never one to shy away from calling out nonsense, has some strong words about this media manipulation. Check this out.
Fragility of the human mind. You know, that so everybody forever was like, Kamala Harris is the worst vice president. She's the least popular vice president of all time. And then in a moment in time, all of a sudden she's our solution. She's our hero. Everybody's with her. All these social media posts about her. Try Googling a negative story on her. You won't find one.
So,
ta-da!
Okay, you've got.
All right, folks, let's unpack this. Joe Rogan is absolutely right. The media is desperately trying to rewrite Kamala Harris's record. They're making her out to be some kind of savior, and if you try to find any negative story about her, good luck. It's like they've been erased from existence. Just try to Google Kamala Harris and you'll see nothing but glowing articles praising her. Meanwhile, Trump is being censored left and right. Facebook recently admitted that photos of Trump raising his fist after the failed assassination attempt were wrongly marked as altered. Google's autocomplete feature didn't even bring up the assassination attempt when searching for it. This is blatant censorship and manipulation. And why are they doing this? Because they want to make sure that Kamala Harris looks like the only viable option. The media is so focused on pushing this narrative that they're ignoring her actual performance. They want us to believe that Kamala Harris is the solution, but what has she actually done to deserve this hero status? The Democrats are betting on her identity politics to carry her through, assuming that voters will just support her because of her race and gender. The media's job at this point is to manipulate public opinion, plain and simple. So here we are, watching them yet again push an agenda that suits their political preference and treating voters like they're too dumb to see through the propaganda.
Think they have her medicated? Because there was a guy that was speculating that some of the things that she says, the way she's sort of disconnected sometimes, and
I don't know
she goes
what,
on these rambles, that it's
I don't
indicative of certain anti-anxiety medication. I do not know if this is true. See if you can find that, because really that shouldn't say that about our future president.
Yeah, yeah.
She's going to win.
No, she's not.
She can win.
She absolutely can win. I do not think she's going to win because the more she talks, like in 2020, how bad do you have to be that you can't even make Iowa? She couldn't even compete with the mayor of South Bend.
I feel like we are in this very bizarre time where people are giving in to the bullshit in a way that I never suspected people would before. And this is one, they just want no Trump, no matter what, and they're willing to gaslight themselves to think that. And by the way, I think Hillary could win. If Hillary jumped back in.
I've been saying that for months.
If Hillary jumped back in, I think the problem was also the money, because there was it was like $250 million in the campaign fund that has to, if it only works if she's on the ticket.
Right.
So that's part of the problem. But I feel like Hillary could win. She won the popular vote in 2020.
I've been saying this for a year in different shows, and she would have won in pretty.
Michelle Obama could win too.
No, I don't
if
think
she wanted to do it. You don't think so?
I don't. I think that's kind of this. You sound like your parents. I think that's this boomer idea. She doesn't want it.
I'm not saying that she would be awesome at it. But I think
anyone can win of either party.
Yes.
Whoever the nominee is. Like even Chris Christie could have won if he's the Republican nominee. It's possible.
I thought that Trump getting shot would that's it. Election's over. But it's like they memory hold that so quick.
You would have thought Trump getting shot would have had 8 years of corporate journalists talking about hate speech causing violence to be like, let's take a step back. And that went for what, a week?
They did take a step back for a little bit.
For a week.
And then they went right back at him.
You want to talk about this memory holding?
Yeah.
With the insanity of who's that? That was Elon who put up, like, if you Google President Donald, it says President Donald Reagan.
No, I tried it.
What happened?
Maybe they fixed it. It said President Donald Trump.
Okay. Well, he had a screenshot, so I'm sure he didn't Photoshop
no.
that.
I mean, it's based on a lot of things, right? Like what people are searching for. I would imagine that the assassination attempt on Trump would be the first one that you would see.
Yeah.
Assassination attempt on President maybe Trump, because that's the most recent.
Yes.
But it's not.
And most newsworthy.
But it does show it. You just have to type it all in, which is interesting, because that little difference between what you can find and what you get presented immediately has a huge shift in the way people access information. And this is Robert Epstein's work.
The Creepy Line, the documentary, everyone should watch it.
Yeah, and this thing is very real. And what it is like if you try to Google certain negative stories, like negative stories on people, it will overwhelm you with positive stories. It'll take a long time before you get to the negative stories.
Yeah, how he explained it is here's how they can tip the scale.
Yeah.
If I Google Hillary Clinton, and I have it so Google gives fairly positive stories about Hillary as the first 10 results, you're not going to go to the second page. If I Google Donald Trump and Google gives you 7 negative stories, it's going to move the needle a little bit toward her
Quite
against
a bit.
him. Yeah.
Quite a bit. Like if you're a person who's on the fence, you're like, maybe Donald Trump's not a bad guy. And then you Google him, and then you start reading some of these like pieces that they've written about him. It'll change your perspective.
You really think she's going to win?
I'm saying it because she could. I'm not saying it because I think she's going to, and I'm not saying because I want her to. I'm just being honest. Like I could see her winning.
I think she's going to lose a lot of the black male vote.
Really? That's
I don't think they're going to go in the booth and pull the lever for her like they did for Biden, who was Obama's boy.
Alrighty, so she can absolutely win. With the media machine behind her, she's at a significant advantage. The relentless positive coverage could indeed help her win, or maybe this is just the honeymoon phase. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe as she comes on TV more and has to defend her record, her policies, and her actions, people might start seeing through the facade. The more she's in the spotlight, the harder it will be to hide behind the media's protective shield. People want substance, and when she fails to provide that, her support could dwindle. But that doesn't get to the heart of the larger issue, which is big tech and media censorship. We saw this play out in 2020 with the Hunter Biden laptop story. That story was censored and suppressed on major platforms like Facebook and Twitter. People were banned for even mentioning it. It's that kind of censorship that has serious implications for an election. It tips the scale unfairly, showing only the positive stories about Democrats while burying any negative ones. This is how deep their hatred for Trump is. They would rather promote a Marxist bent on destroying our country than consider Trump as the best option. The mainstream media, Google, big tech, propaganda is very effective. Trump is fighting an entire machine. I think this is their goal for this year, though. Just propagandize things so it's close enough for the 2020 template to be applicable. They hated this woman a month ago, and they don't even get how angry they should be about the way they've had no say into who their nominee is. I'd be angry as all get out, but with these people, they just fall in line. They just go along to get along. I guess they don't call them sheeple for absolutely nothing. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment down below. I'm looking forward to hearing what all of you guys have to say. I appreciate the love and support. Consider joining the ARP family. It supports me, the team, the channel. It gives me the ability to do what I do on a day-to-day basis. God bless each person that has joined the ARP family. I really, really appreciate you all. Keep God first in your life. Stay prayed up, and I'm gonna catch up with you all next time. Peace.